Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. Today we'll be talking about powering through, because sometimes it's just necessary to power through things. I've been talking about my assignments so many times, all of those things that I have to do. And I have been trying to promise that I do them, and then I haven't done them. But yesterday, I powered through. I did so many things, and now I actually only have 4 things left to do. And that's still a lot considering that our third and final project kick off tomorrow. But it's better than nothing. It's still pretty good, and I need to commend myself for all of the efforts that I've put in. Because I did more work yesterday, not just with my assignments, but on my personal development and around the house and all of that, than I've done the entire week. I feel like mornings really are my most productive time. So going to school often messes that up. Because I bike 12 kilometers and I don't have an electric bike, it's a regular bike. And so when I get there, I've already used some of my energy. And at the same time I wake up at 5 and I usually meet at 9. So that's actually a 4-hour difference. I end up spending a lot of time at home, and that's because, well, I need to eat breakfast so that I don't get hungry throughout the day, and, those kinds of things. And do the podcast, this takes longer than you'd think. It takes, upwards of an hour every time. Because I have to listen through, I have to upload, I have to do a little bit of editing, adding the background music and the banner, those things. So I often end up spending the first 4 hours of my day biking and getting ready. Those are basically the things. So once I do get there, there's the socializing, which just adds a little extra to the energy it drains. And all of a sudden, by 12 o'clock, I am no longer filled with energy. And so I just don't have it in me to do school in the traditional way. I'm definitely more of a work on the weekends kind of guy, because the weekends are when I get to stay at home. I get to keep my momentum. Now that is something I'm working on, because I need to be able to be tenacious and full of grit. I need to do that for future positions. I want a good job after all. But I'm also training and gaining the power to ask for things that I might get rejected for and to accept rejection. One of them is going to be that I will train myself to negotiate with my employer and explain to them, listen now, this is how I work most productively. If you want to get the most for your money when you hire me, not only are you going to have to pay me an amount that makes it so that I don't stress about money, because if you're paying me minimum wage, we're not getting anywhere. And besides that, I expect freedom of planning. I will attend any necessary meetings. I will show up at work most of the time, but on days where I am more driven to work from home, I expect to be allowed to work from home. And now I know that it's not going to be a thing I get at my first job. That would just be wishful thinking, right? It's more of a planning how to get there eventually, so that one day I can convince my boss of, say, 5 years that we can do things better. Maybe he's noticed that I really am more productive due to having to work at home for whatever reason. And I'm also the kind of person who would much prefer freedom. I don't mind working while on a vacation, for example, but I do want the freedom to take a vacation. I don't want to work the traditional 9 to 5, but I am willing to work the 9 to 5 hours. And of course, I'll attend all of the meetings, like I said, and anything obligatory. But if I'm not even working in a team, if I'm just working on, say, cutting together a small commercial for a local company, let me do it from home. And I promise you that not only will the result be faster, it will also be better. And then I can move on to the next project. Now, I know what you're thinking. This guy sounds like he should be a freelancer. And yes, that is definitely something that I want to do. But that's where you need to know your limitations too. Without a boss or a project manager, at least at my current stage in life, I would not be more productive. I do need someone to delegate the tasks to me. I do need someone to tell me, Chris, we need to get this done and we need it done by this time. Can you do that? And I'll go, yes, I can do that. Now, if someone just gives me, an assignment, some client is like, I would like this, then I might take a day more to do it than if it had been delegated. And also, my creative juices flow best in a team. I admit that. I've realized that with my current group that, yes, my creative juices are just better. Because when I'm blanking, they step in. And I'm very technical. Like, I can do the cutting, I can do the editing. Now, I don't do any cutting and editing for this podcast, but that doesn't mean that I'm not capable of doing it. It's just a measure of whether or not I want to put in any work. Because I have been cutting and editing for a while now, and I'm actually getting decent at it. Not good, because, it takes a lot longer to get good than just a few months. But I'm definitely better at it than most of my classmates. Again, I'm excelling at this. So I excel at programming. I excel at the programs. There are very few people who do better than me in programs, aside from we've got someone who's really skilled in Illustrator. We got a couple of those. I think perhaps that Illustrator is the one Adobe program where I do not excel as much as my classmates. And it mostly has to do with lack of practice, because they all did the assignments. I didn't do them yet. I'm getting there, you guys. It's one of the things that I might be doing today, though I don't think I will. I think I'll do it throughout the week. And so I'm pretty good at the technical stuff, but they excel beyond my capabilities when it comes to creativity. Someone gets the ideas, I implement them. And the academical stuff. Or is it academic? Even there, I'm not quite sure, because it's not my thing. Yes, I went to university for a short while, but there's a reason I left. It was too much of, you must do it in a certain way. And so we have people who excel at that, the academic stuff, people who excel at the creative stuff, and then people who excel at the technical stuff. I am the one who excels the most at the technical stuff in class, but I am one of the lowest ranking when it comes to creative and... Oh, sorry, I did that again. I hate how much mucus in the morning. Anyway, yeah, so we each have our competences. And if I were to work on my own, it wouldn't work out. So what I need to do is get clients and keep in touch with my friends and then pay them for their creative input. A commission of my commission. Because I really would like to work with them. And I think that they'd be willing to if we actually did it this way. We've already joked about starting a business. It was mostly joking though. But in all seriousness, I do believe that M and S from my class would be amazing to start a business with. Not because I love them as people. Yes, I enjoyed their company, but we also have some struggles. But we're just good at solving problems. And I think that's what differentiates us, because most people at school, they like the people in their group, sure, but they can't work together. We like each other and we can work together. There have been anger, there have been sadness, there have been tension, but we have solved it every single time. We have communicated, and it hasn't been, oh, I love you so much, you're my best friend, blah, blah, blah. No, it has been real problem solving. And that's what differentiates us. We're not just friends, we actually work well together. Because to be honest, they are not, I mean, I don't see myself as their friend. And that's not because I don't see them as my friends. Don't get me wrong. I'm not rejecting them. It's just I actually see them as co-workers. And I see them as amazing co-workers, but co-workers nonetheless. And I would like to continue having them as my co-workers if possible. Because they have each their strengths. I have said her name before. I don't know why I keep saying her name out loud. Whatever. S is really good at tackling the academic stuff. And she's also really good at quickly mocking up sketches. That made no sense. Making sketches of a potential prototype. Then M, she is super creative. She is really good at drawing and coloring and all of those things. And then there's me. I can do the technical stuff. So it's basically like S designs. No, I don't know if designs, but S sketches. I implement, and M improves. So we got like design, implementation, improvement kind of thing that we actually managed to do together as well. Like we're all learning, but I am definitely the lead programmer. I'm the lead editor. I'm the lead InDesign report creator. But I am in no way the lead anything that isn't technical. And I've gone so far off track that I don't even remember why I started this. But I think the point was that I felt like I was praising myself a little too much by saying, oh, I'm so good. But the truth is I'm only really good at in one area. And we are dependent on people who are good in other areas as well. So me working on my own wouldn't be great. I wouldn't be a great freelancer, not without M and S. I need my content management system. That's us, CMS, content management system. It's a dumb joke that I started making to myself. I haven't even made it to them. But yeah. We work very well together, and I hope to continue working well together with them. When I do start getting creative freelance work, which I'm going to try to get, I'm going to seek out creative freelance work. I plan on including them. I plan on letting them know that I'm doing this thing, that I'm actually getting paid, and that I would like their help. I'd like to split it 3 ways. And while I know that wouldn't be fair to me, because I would be the one doing customer contact, I would be the one... I would do a lot more than them. But I'd mostly just use the input. But I think splitting it 3 ways, especially when it's just starting out, would serve to help engage them. Or maybe I should suggest splitting it 50, 25, 25. Just because I do all of the customer. But that would, I feel like, to begin with, splitting it 3 ways. When it's just small projects, then as we move on and more projects come in, it's more and more money we're getting, larger and larger projects, then we can start talking about maybe a 40-30-30 split or something like that, because I will definitely be doing the customer contact, I will be front-facing, I will be handling inquiries, I will be handling complaints, I'll be handling the handoffs. They'll mostly just be helping me with, design choices. I'll be sending them 2 things and being like, which is better, and I might ask them, so if you were going to do this, how would you go about doing it? Because I'm a little stuck. I would mostly consult them when I'm stuck, when I can't move further. So, yeah, they wouldn't be doing that much work, but they'd still be doing work. And I feel like motivating them to continue helping me is the primary thing I need to focus on in the beginning. So a 3-way split might be in my favor, even though I'm actually cheating myself for a bit of money. I'm sure they'd like that too. I just need the work. So if you have any work that you need to get done, if you know anyone that needs some work done, let me know. Because by the time you hear this, I will probably have my portfolio up and running, and I'll be able to showcase some of the things that I've made. I'm not the best, but because I'm not the best, I don't charge very high prices. I'll do it very cheaply. Let's say that I do it 50% for I do it 25% for the exposure, 25% for the practice, and only 50% for the money. So you can get it pretty cheap. But you can only get it pretty cheap while while my work is still pretty cheap. As I get better, the prices will of course increase to match the talent that you're receiving. All of those things. So reach out early. Don't wait. Anyway, that's enough of my ramblings. Thank you for listening. It has been a pleasure talking to all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now. Oh, no, wait, I almost forgot. I gotta say the thing, right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There, now I can go. And please do comment about some creative work that you need done, by the way. Just, a little wink. So, time for me to go. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.